All right,
All
go
right.
for it.
Yeah.
Right. Hello, guys. I just got first in the second tournament of February, and this is my my day live deck for Spanish. So we have the A standby, very self-explanatory, nothing much. And so start with a level 0 lineup. We play 4 of the TD token. The reason why she is 4 is because she's a red card, so absolutely mandatory for the deck. And a lot of times, like when I try to stay my target, but I have no discard outlet, I just use her to like discard them, and so I can stay my them out like first or second turn of the game. And sometimes I top check, I see a climax or an event, I can discard a card to like draw into it. So basically, she helps me go through the deck, get the cards I wanted, and discard outlet for stay my target. Then we have uh, 4 of the token brainstormers. So she is a rest to search brainstorm. Not really good, but like her second effect makes up for it. She when I play a climax, I can bounce her to hand and give one of my cards 1k tuning up to his opponent turn. So it just really helps the current day alive because you can make a 7-5 into an 8-5 or a 10-5 into 11-5. Yeah, so basically, and if I tap to brainstorm, I can bounce her back with the standby climax. So it's not really a neck for the rest two. It's almost the same as the rest one. So it's overall really good card. And then we have 4 of the Coterie Drop Salvage. So she has 2 effects on play. I can top check to rearrange, which I think by far the most important effect of her. The other effect is a Rob Salvage. Sometimes I do need it, but like other than that, I just stand by my card sale, so don't really use it. I mostly use her for the top check to rearrange to plan ahead my attacks, and I can stand by at the right hand. Then we have 3 of the Shiro Blinker. So on play, I can put one of my opponent's card into memory, and then the opponent can choose one spot on the field to put it back. And second effect is I can pay 1, sack himself to look at up to 4 of my top deck and add 1 character to my hand. So all like this is used to like counter decks that had like effects that goes over turn, like the next old combos of Goblin Slayer, Day Alive, or something else. And the second one, Jet of Fall, can help me control my deck state, and he goes really well with the Token Rainstorm because I can just play both of these, right? Race to do the brainstorm, then I can sack him away for an empty spot. And yeah, so it's not like I lose the spot for the tap to brainstorm. And then I have 2 of the origami drop climax salvage. Climax swap. So she on play pay 1 additional climax salvage climax, so I can have the Kurumi finish her climax. And on play, I can show the opponent my hand. If there's a climax in there, I can spy her in on the entire field, which is important sometimes. But I mostly use her for the green fix and the climax swipe effect. Then moving on to level 1, we have 4 of the Kurumi 1-1 standby target. So she's a standby target. So if I have 2 more other characters on the field, she gets 1-5 and hand and core. Very standard for a standby. But like after level 1, I just like to like level her up because I don't really want to stand by her after level 1. And there's the level 0s. I have in here. I rather have them outside rather than discard. And then I have 2 of the 2K backup. Since this is after the ban list, I don't have the 1-0 token power pump during the opponent's turn anymore. So this is my answer to that. So that I can still have like big power during the opponent's turn. And she's a red card, so more red fix for the deck. And then this is probably by far the most important level 1. So she's a 1-1 blue card, and she's a bottom deck anti-level bomb. And also at the start the opponent attack phase, I can pay 1, swipe her with 1 card on the field. So basically I can have this in the front row, play out my turn, then it and stand by the 2-2 target in the back row. Then at the start their attack phase, I can pay 1, swap this with a 2-2 in the back row. So it's really good, so that like it basically bypass the standby thing where you have to wait your turn to bring out your card. This card just make it go happens right away in the opponent's turn. Really good card. And then at level 2, we have 2 of the Kurumi refresh counter. Since this year's standby deck, um, there's a lot of stock to use, so the three stock to refresh my deck with this card almost felt like nothing. And yeah, refresh counter are just good. Then we have three of the 2/2 Toka. She gets 1k for every other character on the field. And when she reverses someone cross turn, I can look at top two of my deck and rearrange them. So this way, like I can control which damage I will cancel next turn if there's a climax in there, or if it's during my turn, I can use it to manipulate which climax order I want to check during the turn. So I can just track one top check, rearrange, press one card, and then standby over it. So more deck manipulation. Then we go to the level 3. We have 4 of the Kurumi finishers. And she's probably the strongest finisher in the game right now. She has Unblind Hue 1, and if I have 2 more other characters, she can get 1k, which is not too strong for a level 3, but like I have level assist in this deck, so they make up for it. So she's still very, and yeah, and her finisher effect is like really strong. So when I attack, I have the semi climax for her. I can choose one of the effects. So the first one is like I can stock swap the opponent. The second one is I can choose up to 3 cards from their waiting room and shuffle them back to the deck. So, and the last one is on attack I can pay two. Well, no, discard 2 cards in hand to burn 3. So like this card is so power crap because she has so many effects loaded into her, and the fact that you have the options to choose which one in which order, it's just really strong. Then we have one of this Toka. She's a former early play and on playing Hue 1, and when I play her, she gets 2k to the end of this opponent's turn. There's only one is because I don't really early play in this deck since the deck compresses really well, and I just want to keep the other 2/2 target on the field for better like deck manipulation. She's just there for as an extra healer. Then we have this TD Toka. So when this card is placed on the stage from hand until the end of the opponent next turn, this card gets 4k5, and during this cat battle, neither player cannot play backup from hand. So it's a really good effect because sometimes I can go over stop like that's really high, and I want to counter their backup. And the other effect is cross turn on reverse, pay 2 burn 1. So sometimes I can just stand by her out in the front row to force the opponent to like side or like further into this with the when they have to bear in mind that they might take 1 damage. So overall, like really good tech. And 2 of this Kotori assist, another like loaded card in this deck since she has a 2k in front assist. And when I play her, I have 3 effects to choose from. The first one is like when I play her, I can look at top 3 of my deck and add 1 card to my hand, or I can salvage a character in my waiting room, or I can just make my front row gets 1 soul and 1k during the turn. So sometimes I play against deck that has like next soul. This one can bypass that. Or sometimes if I need to like salvage or grab a card from my deck, I can play her from hand. But most of the times we just stand by her out for the 2k assist. And then we have one of these Kurumi. So she's on playing Hue 1. If I have 2 of my other characters, she gets a 1k5 and on reverse clock kick. I mean, no, memory kick. A really good removal. So like if I play against decks that has like 2 semi target or something, I can use it to send cards to their memory so they can encore that and mess up the gameplay. And she has another skill on attack, pay 3. This one you can IC tail bottom 5 of the opponent. So a healer and a pseudo finisher without needing the climax. Really good card as well. And lastly, we have 3 of this event. So this event is when you play it, you can do this action 3 times. Choose one of your card, then it gets the opponent across map gets -1 soul. So the things like this card, that you choose where you want to put your minus soul at. So it's very versatile, and after that it goes into memory. So pseudo memory compression as well. And yeah, that would be the deck. Thank you for listening.
Cool. Anything you felt like you would change, or anything you felt really excelled in the deck?
Honestly, the level 0 lineup really helped me scope like what I want and need in my hand waiting room, so that like I always get the card I need at the right time. And other than that, I feel very happy with this ratio. And unless there's like a meta change or balance change, I think I'll keep using the same list. Yeah.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
What about the 2/2? What is it? Kurumi standby
Oh,
target versus the 2/2 Toka standby target.
so about that one, I feel like that one is only good if you play 4 standby. So because it has hand and core, right? So
Yeah.
you can keep it on the field for a long time. With this deck, you want to prioritize the check up to rearrange mode because it really helps you. The 2/2 Kurumi is okay, but like other than that, she's too vanilla for the deck since we are losing up the 1/0 Tokai already. So this will help me cancel more. As the other Kurumi is just a wall, and she's also weak to like the bombs and everything. So might as well make it worth it using this one. Because if they crash into this, I choose to get a checked up to rearrange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Myth, you got anything?
It's one curious thing, because with your level 3 toolbox, you have a lot of like one ofs and a lot of just general healers. Just wanted to know if there were like other level 3s that you would consider like for versatility in case like you wanted to experiment or change around the toolbox there.
Yeah. Actually, there's one card that's the 3/2 early player Yoshino. So on play stop heal, and when I play, I can pay 2 bounce one of my opponent's card back to their hand. So very good. The field removal and stop heal is really good because it can counter like Resire or Kantai if they play the anti heal. Just
Just
that
to
the
mention-
card is a blue character, so it's really hard to fit in the
Yeah,
deck.
it's also not an early play.
Yeah, but like, I have a
Yeah.
lot of blue. It's just that I don't want to play white color.
Yeah,
So
traffic
this
light
deck
colors.
is weak against deck that's not like bodyguard because there's no really way to play around it because the blinker does can put it back right away. So yeah, but like
Because some of the other cards that I kind of thought about would be like the made PR from Fujimi, because you could play that.
Yeah.
The pay 5,
Yeah.
pitch 2, end of the attack, restander.
Yeah.
That's also a healer. Like
Standby
So
target too.
extra.
yeah, that's also good, but it's blue, and if I want
Yeah.
to go that far, I can just use this card. So like I still have a
Yeah.
pseudo feature because pay 5 is so hefty, man. Like paying 5.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah. Just wanted to know like if there were like other possible like tech choices basically at your level 3, just like getting your idea of like
Yeah.
which ones you were like, okay, maybe this one if I'm feeling a little more or blue heavy or like
Yeah.
so on and so
Definitely,
forth.
if I want to play like a blue focus deck, I would definitely pick the card up. But like this deck is a traffic light color. So yeah.
Yeah. The spots are a little bit tricky.
Yeah, pretty much like so that's why like this event, right? It's really tricky because if I saw it firsthand, I was like, do I keep it because it's really hard to get into it, or do I ditch it? But like luckily the Toka like as you said, it's just really good, so it's not too hard drawing into this card throughout the game.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Anything you want to part with before we tag off here?
Shout out to AMA and the sponsors for this tournament, and shout out for the USI group for streaming this event.
All right, thank you
you.
very much. And
right,
you ready
thank
here?
you.
We got a
Yep.
first place data live for AMA's February
Yep.
12th tournament.
Yep. All right,
And
then.
we'll catch you in the next one.
Yep. Thank you.